now listening to the White Couch Podcast.
Welcome to the White Couch Podcast. This is Josh, the business.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Sean.
Sean. It's your boy Humble Owen here. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Y'all looking good?
Hey, how's it going? It's RJ.
Can't see nothing.
What's good, man? It's Landis.
Yo, your boy TC. Orlando is here, fellas. How y'all feeling? White House Podcast.
Yes, sir. For sure.
Blessed and highly greatness. Blessed and highly favored. Y'all feeling good?
Always.
That's what I like to hear. We looking beautiful in black and whatnot. Y'all know how we do things.
I'm so awesome.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear. Y'all having a good week, man?
Hey,
Yeah, man, definitely.
That's good to hear. That's what I'm good vibes up there.
Blessed, man.
All right. So we might as well get straight to it, man. Y'all know what's going on in the world, especially in the black community.
Yeah.
So, I seen something on the gram. Y'all know that's what things are popping at.
Right.
I seen Kirk Franklin's son.
Yeah.
I believe it was a voicemail from Kirk Franklin.
My son recorded him in the middle of the argument.
Okay, and he was saying some things, and I guess people were probably surprised because it was Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
Explain who Kirk Franklin is, people might not know.
I mean, what y'all want me to sing?
No.
How you with me? Let me clap my hand.
That's beautiful. But he has that position where he's at in the world, and they looking at him. A gospel artist. People, I seen some stuff where people say he's a minister. They saying he's all this, but
I was gonna judge you if you like a Christian.
That's a fact. But how y'all feeling about that? It's not our business, but it's the world's business now since it's out there. So, I mean, Sean, did you hear about it?
Yeah, I saw a little video. Well, I heard it. You ain't really see shit.
Right. You heard Kirk going off.
Yeah, I heard Kirk going off and expressing himself. And,
right.
A lot of profanity. I think that's the part people were really surprised at. He's a gospel artist,
right?
And portraying the Christian life and using that type of.
He cursed it too, and it's
right.
his son at that.
That's his son at that.
But clarify though, his son is 33 years old.
That is true.
That's a man.
Wow.
That's a man.
Like you know what's crazy about that whole situation to me is that Kirk Franklin thought it was cool to talk to his son like he was still his like baby. Like now I'm not saying like he's not his child, but like he's still 10 years old. Like,
but would you necessarily talk to a 10-year-old like that though?
Yeah.
No, it's like you talking down on him.
But do you know what his son said to him first? See, all we know is what Kirk did.
We don't know both sides.
Yeah, we don't know both sides. And from what Kirk got on there and said, they've had a rocky relationship anyhow.
Right.
So we don't know how that could have been. Only imagine. Let's think about yourself. Only imagine how at the age of 33, even where you are now, somebody that you had a good relationship with anyhow, let's say one of your long lost uncles come in trying to tell you how to do things or what, you gonna feel some way anyhow. You ain't been there all this time, so if the relationship's already rocked, I didn't expect nothing more from it. Right. But because of who he is, and everybody want to put gospel artists and ministers up on this pedestal as if we don't make mistakes and forget that we're totally human. We're totally human, and we got feelings and emotions as well. Because if you cross anybody can get something out. Anybody can get something out. Go run up on TD Jakes, run up on him and slap him. See if you really turn the next cheek. Doubt that happened. I doubt that happened.
Landis, how you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm like everybody else saying, the man 33 years old is like, whatever the relationship is, I honestly feel the nigga a pussy for even putting that shit out there like that. I don't care how you want to slice it. I don't care if he was 13, 33. At the end of the day, that's your pops. And he's I don't know y'all relationship. I don't know if he's been a bad dad, if he provided for you. But at the end of the day, just using social media as a weapon to downgrade your dad, to bring your dad down. Like you a bitch made ass man for that. Like, fam, that's your father.
Right.
I know he Kirk Franklin, besides the preaching and the singing and all that stuff, that's your fucking father, bro. Yeah. Like, I go crazy if my son at 33, you a grown ass man, bro.
That's cooking deep.
It ain't like I told you couldn't play your Xbox and you got mad. It ain't like I said you couldn't take the car out for the weekend, nigga. You a grown ass man with your own life, bro. And
it's just crazy.
And you putting this shit on social media.
You gotta look at it like this though. It's like what? It's wrong on both ends, really. Like,
fam.
Really can't
That's a grown ass man. If your
I say, but that could be. You don't know. Kirk Franklin could have.
But his son said, even if he is a deadbeat
And
ass dad,
again, it's like, I thought
you don't make that public.
He probably raised the result of him being like that. That could have
That could be true though.
And so we can't really get mad at the person when they.
Nah, bro, that still ain't no reason to expose your dad like that. Even if he is a bitch ass
You didn't
nigga.
expose anybody.
That's weird, right?
We're two men.
Right.
Why? First of all, why are we arguing on the phone anyhow? That's me.
Yeah.
I ain't arguing on the phone with no woman. My wife, I ain't arguing on the phone with my wife. We deal with this shit, we in face to face. You know what I'm saying? So they don't misunderstand it and you can hang up. No.
Or somebody recording.
Or you can record me. No, let's talk face to face. I definitely ain't have no arguing on the phone with no man. Man, we too grown ass man. Let's link up and talk about it.
I can't even remember ever getting angry over the phone.
With your daddy though.
With your daddy, but I say that's the part though. You don't really know.
That's what I don't know how you was.
You don't know how you do it.
And I can't say Kirk was a good dad. I don't know.
I can say personally, I wouldn't have did that. I was like, I just pull up on my
personally, I would. Yeah,
I wouldn't dare.
Like I said, we don't know his relationship with his father.
He got into too much. He's like, my father. We don't. What you talking about? If you a man and you want to publicize your father trying to kill, no, you handle that as a man.
Right.
Somebody coming after you, don't be on social media looking for sympathy.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
know.
what it felt. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like sympathy. So I mean, that's the part that I disagree with. He did. It's like you a man. Men handle things out of face to face, so it's just like men. Like
we cool.
we ain't gotta do all that Twitter stuff. No. We got problems in real life, so it'd be like, no.
But you can, if you listen to the audio, see, I pay a lot of attention to detail. With the way that Kirk was talking, you can tell that whatever it was, the conversation led up to that really broke him and it hurt him to a whole other level. Because you can listen to his voice and you can hear how it changed. It turned into a whole other person. And as a parent, I'm a parent now.
Because that nigga disrespected
and I can only imagine if my son was to grow up and do something like that, and I know I'm not a deadbeat dad, I know that I've done everything I can, that will hurt me to a whole other level where, nigga, I will put my hands on you. And yes, I will say them type of words. At that point, you're 33. You disrespecting me.
Right.
Yeah. Because this is my thing. Like, me personally, I feel like Kirk didn't really do nothing wrong because...
We don't know. We don't know all the conversation.
Because personally, this is my thing. You pull out your phone recording like an argument with your daddy, and Kirk calls you a bitch ass nigga. You are a bitch ass nigga anyway from a club. So like, y'all ain't become a deal. At the end of the day, you a bitch ass nigga regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Your daddy wasn't wrong.
You know what I'm saying? So personally, like I don't see like nothing wrong with Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like he's a student.
People, like I said, people just forget he's a
human.
human.
You a grown ass man recording and arguing with me. Like you a bitch ass nigga. Like
I ain't
just came from your dad. Oh well. Bitch ass nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, that was.
Whatever you want to call him, shit.
Hey, but Kirk said some nice things.
I like Kirk. It was really crazy. To me, it was funny. It was more funny.
That was funny. That's because of who he is. And you see, you can picture the short self.
All the parodies that I see, I definitely watched every single one of them. Like, huh?
You know about 5 feet tall.
I saw somebody was like, hey, Kirk was really serious when he made that song called Stomp.
Did y'all see him apologize?
Yeah, I saw him apologize.
He apologized to everybody.
What he apologized?
He went on Instagram after he said, we all seen the video, but that's when he acknowledged the fact that him and his son always had a rocky relationship.
Oh, okay.
And that they have therapists involved prior to this incident even happening. He said in that same conversation, they called the family therapist.
Right.
So he was apologizing, probably which he thought he should have done because of his followings and whatever.
Right. Yeah, it was more of a business move.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was,
because of his brand.
He got a real, he knows the gospel singer. He's positive.
And he's been singing for 21 years.
And he don't just translate to the gospel ministry. He's on. Think about WGCI on Sundays, man. Before it was, popular to play Christian music like that. He throughout the week. You know what I mean? Right. They'll play his song or take it to the Queen or King 12 years. You know what I mean? So
he could be canceled.
I don't think they're gonna cancel him.
Hell no.
No. Hey, but he got a lot to lose though if they cancel him. His son was super bogus for that. And he knew what he was doing, trying to bring him down. But I just pray that it don't work. You know what I'm saying? I just pray that it backfire in the son.
It's not gonna work. Real niggas gonna see. Real niggas gonna be like his son was a bitch for that shit, bro. If anybody who feel like you right was back exposing his daddy was being a frustrated father who was just disrespected by his 33-year-old fucking son.
But on the business side,
On the business side, if a real motherfucker who got kids gonna be like, hey, bro, I wanted to put my son in the chokehold a few times.
They looking at how much money they can lose.
An angry black man.
Man,
I mean, just
Kirk
think about it
Franklin.
though. He can't. I mean, the way the business work on that side, you can't be like, praise Jesus, man. Fuck that nigga. You know, you can't do both of those at the same time if it's coming out on that where he's at. You see what I'm saying? That's a business move. That's money.
Well, if it's a business move, shit, the son needs to not disrespect his money too, because shit, that's where he.
Well, that's the whole point. That's what we're saying. The son
But that's personal. You know what I mean? We shouldn't put that out like that. That's family business.
Yeah, because the whole thing is that the son only thinking about his own feelings, not thinking about how that can fuck up his money, his pop's money, his wife's money, his brother's
He thought
and
about
money.
it. He thought about it.
What I'm saying, but
He might have called purposely just to piss Kirk off.
Yeah,
to do that because now you want to bring him down.
No, I'm saying,
He being petty.
I'm saying this though.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he don't understand like how deep that go. Like when you fuck up the brick, it's, like they always say, you always supposed to make sure the breadwinner cool.
Yeah.
If he the breadwinner, he the one that making everybody eat. Keep him protected. Keep her protected.
We just don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's like a deep thing. Like he wasn't recognizing, like, dude, you really fucking up your whole family.
Probably at the point
He probably don't care.
Right.
He might be the only son with that lady. His mama probably struggling.
Whether he wrong, whether he right. If he don't care, he don't care.
But I kind of feel like this too, because I mean, not that this is none of our business. I mean, all of us would be pissed off if like our business got on the street like that. You know what I mean? So, but since we're speaking on it, I kind of feel like we don't know how deep that go for that kid. You know, like he got some real hurt there.
Yeah, right.
You know, so we can't ignore that fact. You know, we could talk about the phone call all day long. I mean, that kid is broken, so someone needs to address that as well.
I'm not saying he not broken. I'm just saying don't do your dad like that, because that might be okay. Let's say Kirk don't get hurt. That's now a bridge you've burned because of that. You did everything in your power to bring him down. Now it's like, I'm still Kirk fucking Franklin. I'm still gonna come sing Stomp. I'm still gonna sing I'm still gonna write songs. I'm still gonna be on Gospel's Best. That's what I'm saying, bro. Kirk Franklin might walk. Man, Kirk Franklin might walk into the motherfucking room and they be like, Kirk, so what about what's going on with the phone call? I mean, we want to stay in business with you. But that phone call, not even that. Mother's gonna be like, look, bro, a real nigga gonna be like, look, I got kids. And I wanted to, and your son, and you know, top of that, it wasn't like they did this shit on Facebook Live. It wasn't like they did this shit on Versus. Like, this nigga took a private phone conversation that you and anybody else have one-on-one and put this shit on social media.
But I was saying,
so you put our private conversation out there for the world. So anybody on the outside looking in should be looking like he technically invaded y'all privacy. That's a conversation between a father and a son.
I'm saying this. I'm saying
legally is what it is.
To me,
He made it public when he put it out there.
I mean, but it's not. I mean, he ain't bringing no laws, but doing that.
He is. If Kirk, that's a private conversation. If Kirk went on the phone and said, "Yeah, you can take this conversation and put it in the word on the word." Yeah, you have to. That's what I'm saying. That you put our private conversation, a one-on-one between me and you. You put that on the right. So it was like Kirk could be like, "Well, if I want to sue your bitch ass, I kind of could."
Like he can, you know.
So it was like,
what is defamation of character or something like that?
Yeah.
That's why, like, if you call companies or whatnot, they say this line is now being recorded.
Every time.
Yeah, you have to know you're being recorded.
But I think what's crazy about that situation, in which I kind of lean in Kirk Franklin's favor a little bit, was the fact that he didn't deny it. Because it wasn't like he
gonna deny his voice.
I heard that voice all over Imagine Me.
We hear it all the time.
I smile when I whoop your ass. I smile. What you talking about?
Listen, I'm saying that to say that we done had a lot of Kirk Franklin voice impersonation. You know what I'm saying?
Kirk Franklin.
He got a point, y'all.
He like talking like Boosie. It's like everybody eventually, like his voice is so like different that you get the right motherfucker to say the same shit he said, it could be misleading.
You telling me motherfuckers dub stepping fucking Kirk Franklin voice? Out of all the voices in the world, I'm still Kirk Franklin voice.
Come on now.
Nigga, I'm still a Pop Smoke, Biggie Small. I'm not taking Kirk Franklin voice and saying I'm gonna put my son in the headline.
No, I'm saying, but I said he didn't deny it. Like, as
He'd have been stupid on that.
That's what I'm saying. That would have been stupid.
That would hurt him more. I'm not saying that.